This black ring. What does it mean? What does it symbolize? And because I've already told it to the internet on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, you name it, we're gonna talk about this. Let's get right to the video. Yo, what's going on there, YouTube? It's your boy, Marcus Levy, Angry Ranter here for vlog 183 in the Angry Ranter Vlog Series. Just want to mention how bullshit that was. Waited 35 minutes for that bus. Could have been home by now, but now I'm just getting off to start the walk, which I guess is fine. But I could have also just been doing this like 30 minutes ago instead of that. So the times they promised were definitely not lived up to. So let's talk about that little, what I mentioned in the intro. So yesterday was National Coming Out Day, and I was very touched and inspired by a lot of the little short coming out stories for everybody. Whether it was people re-acknowledging the fact that they came out X number of years ago, or acknowledging who they are now, be it lesbian, gay, bi, trans, asexual, whatever. I saw all that and I said, you know what, fuck it. It's my time too. And so, as you can probably tell from the title of the video, I'm asexual. I'm an ace. I'm gonna have this conversation one time, mostly in spirit of the whole asexual thing and the fact that I really don't care to have sexual conversation, let alone doing that with the internet. I'm gonna have this conversation one time, and if anybody ever asks about it, I'll say reference vlog 183. Okay. It was a sheer coincidence that the black ring, which is the asexual ring that I ordered, showed up exactly on the day of National Coming Out Day. I had also had done a meditation a while ago where I kind of went intrinsically and spoke to the universe on like what to do about this identity crisis I know I've been dealing with my entire life. But realistically, you don't really start noticing any of that stuff until you start dating or until you start doing stuff, right? So at first maybe I thought there was like 5-6 years ago that there was something wrong with me in 2013 or 2014 or 2015 when it was like, should I not be enjoying this? But I didn't enjoy sex to the same degree as everybody else. It was never a top priority for me. There was always other things I could be doing. My brain was never fully in the moment, and you know, a lot of people might say it was just not the right person, but I don't think so. I think it was just not the right thing we were doing. So, and the problem was because I had always assumed that being asexual meant that you were not straight, because the thing is, I don't like men that way, right? Like, I'm not gay. Nothing wrong with being gay. I'm just saying I'm not gay. So I assumed that meant that I couldn't be asexual because technically it was still straight, because obviously it's a sexuality, right? So I didn't realize that there are like varying degrees of how sexual you are versus who you're attracted to. It's all weird to me still. But I've been kind of beta testing, you know, owning to myself being on the asexual spectrum for 2 years now. I didn't hide that, actually. I told a lot of people. I just never felt that it was really my place to come out to the internet kind of thing, to come out more publicly and own that. I didn't feel I needed to. Like, the one scenario that kept playing through my head over the last like couple of weeks while I think about it is, like, think of it this way. As an ace, I'm not facing any discrimination. I'm not going to lose my job. I'm not going to lose friends. I'm not going to lose anything by just basically being like, I'm not into the sex. Or it's not my top priority in a relationship, which is more or less how it is for me. I'm not saying I would never do it. I'm saying it's not ever the first thing I think about. More of a romance person, more of a Casanova. But I've just never felt like when I look at someone, I can admire that they're aesthetically, but my first thought isn't gotta bang that. That's never my first thought. Never has been. Which made me feel like there might have been something wrong. Just because I guess I'm not an asshole. And it's really weird that straight culture has turned into, unless you're an asshole, you are not this. And I'm like, this is where I got confused. Because either you have to want to tap that or not. And I was always like, I don't know this person. Why do I want to do this with this person that I have no clue who they are? I'm not going to do that. It's not who I am. I could never. And then I tried out the demisexual identity, which was, like whether or not, I've only experienced sexual attraction to people that I'm romantically attracted to. That's sort of more along the lines, but it's not quite on the nose. I realize going full board ace is probably the better description for me. And I appreciate that when I look up any definition of an asexual, it fits anything on the range of like no sexual attraction all the way to like, I guess what's called gray asexuality, which is like experiences sexual attraction whenever the fuck they want. They just identify more with the ace, with aces. But then what really pushed me over the edge was like 2 days ago when I came across this definition that said there's a difference between sexual attraction and sexual desire. And I was like, okay, what does this mean? And so, according to said definition, I think sexual attraction means when I look at someone, I go, hot damn, gotta bang. Whereas if I have sexual desire, that means I am emotionally invested in this person. For me, it would be a female, emotionally invested in this woman. And so because of that, I'm willing to make love to my partner. Now that is me. But that's not straight culture. It's not. I'm not a whip my dick out at a pair of tits kind of guy. Never have, never will be. Also not afraid to phrase it that way. Because unfortunately, that's how, like, toxic straight culture is. It's not wrong. But, like, straight culture isn't wrong. Straight pride parades are wrong, though. I learned that. But, because that's just offensive. But, I'd never been one for, sexual conversation. Even when Shannon asked me shit about that stuff, when we're just shooting the shit, like bro to bro kind of thing, I'm not interested in having that conversation. I always thought it was just, I'm uncomfortable with that, so whatever. I didn't realize that played into a whole different, like, category of who the fuck I am as a person. And again, I bring it back to the discrimination stuff, right? Like, LGBTQIA plus individuals often experience a lot of discrimination. Now, the A's less so. It's more of a personal battle against what society expects from us. with our internal selves. Like, I'm not going to lose a job because, oh no, sex isn't my number one priority. Oh, hot dog. Hot damn, But, gays, lesbians, trans people, non-binaries all experience far worse discrimination on a daily basis everywhere than aces do. And that's kind of why I was like, I almost felt like I'd be stealing someone's thunder by doing this. So I felt it was perfect on a day when a lot of people were going to be saying something. Including, we had another news anchor here, Leslie Roberts, came out as gay, and you know, our mayor Jim Watson came out as gay earlier this year too. Like, my attraction hasn't changed. I've just now identified my personal level of investment. Like, I know a lot of hypersexuals, including, I believe, one of my exes I would have considered her a hypersexual. And I thought, to me, there was something wrong. Like, you know, I thought, I thought, you know, hey, as a straight guy, you know, having a woman who basically wants to, like, get down and do it any time was supposed to be, like, the dream, wasn't it? Like, wasn't that supposed to be the dream? And then I was like, this is fucking annoying, please stop. I'm trying to do my homework, like, go away. I always was like, not interested. And, you know, I've always been confused with why I wouldn't call myself a late bloomer because, you know, lost virginity at 18. I wouldn't exactly call myself the latest bloomer. I ain't going to be a 40-year-old virgin. And see, that's the other part too that confused the hell out of me. Because normally when I think of the definition of what someone who has never heard of asexuality would think of what an ace is, it's someone who thought sex is icky and gross and never wants to do it ever. I don't think it's icky and gross. I'm just uncomfortable talking about it because my sex life is my business. For y'all on the internet right now, since I'm single, guess what? There ain't none. Also, I always felt awkward around all the dude bros who are talking about wanting to get some and then asking me if I'm gonna get some, and I'm like, no. Because it's not important to me. It never has been. And I never, ever expect it to be. If I find the right woman, I'm willing. If it's the right one. For her sake, I'm willing. I don't know. But a relationship right now in my life is not important. I think this finding myself piece was probably the most important thing of 2019. Because, you know, 10 years ago was only just starting to find out about any of the sex stuff because I was 13. Now here I am at 23, exploring this sort of new identity piece. And the other thing is too, I'd always held slapping other labels on myself as counterintuitive. You know, despite having like Asperger's and shit, I try to live a life that's non-Aspergerian as possible. I try to distance myself as much from that because I've overcome that label. So in essence, my mind does the same thing with everything else. I'll like find it as an issue or a problem and go, no, there's got to be a way to fix that so that I don't have to label myself. But then I realize it ain't a problem. It's who I am, and well, fuck it, I gotta own it. There's nothing wrong with the color purple either. My boy Nick's favorite color is purple. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Pretty sure I have another friend whose favorite color is purple too. Pretty sure my mom's favorite color is purple. I ain't sure, but still. Either way. On this day though, asexual pride. That's all I gotta say. Thank you all for watching. Share this video for the sake of National Coming Out Day. And don't hesitate to like, subscribe, slap that like button, follow all the socials down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for 184. Time for me to go to bed now. Peace.